Okay, so now we don't finish writing our backend code. The most important part for this thing now na for us to deploy am, right? So that we fit send and give our front end guys. Then our front end guys will start to the consumer. Okay, so make we confirm say everything dey work fine. So we hit our default route, we see welcome to cleaning API server. Make sense. The next thing wey I go try do na to say API slash v1 slash all agents. So make we dey sure say we dey see something, and of course we dey see something. So make sense, right? So we don do all these things. Now na for us to deploy am so that we go fit give our backend. Now two things wey we need do, the services wey we go use. The first service wey we go use na GitHub, and the second service wey we go use na Render, right? So these are the two services wey we go use. So make we start quick. The first thing wey I need to do, right, na to come here come create a repository for this my code, meaning I wan take my code put for cloud, right, so that other developers go get access to am. But before I do that, e get plenty things wey we need prepare here. But why that dey happen, make we just come here just click on new repository, right, so that we will create that repository. Then okay, so make we give this repo a name. So I go just call am simple host, right? Na I go just call am. Then I click here. Make sense, right? So you can see very simple how we fit use create repository. Sharp we don create that repository. Okay, so now make we prepare this repository for am to come here. Two things we need to do. The first thing wey we need pay at ten tion to na say all the code wey dey run for web server must be JavaScript. E no fit be TypeScript. So our web server no fit read TypeScript. So for that regard, we need convert all these TS wey we dey see here, right? We need convert am to JS. To do that, e dey very simple. Na just one line of script we go run wey go do that conversion for us. And that line of script na TSC. So make we use this guy run am, right? So make I clear here first. So we dey use bash. This thing na bash, right? Na wetin we go use run am. So make we dey patient small, make e clean up. Once e clean up, we go start. Okay, e don ready for us. So we go just say tsc dash init. Na wetin be the script be that. So that script go create tsconfig.json for us, right? And yeah, so e don create am. Make sense, very smart guy. E don create am. So we go enter inside the tsconfig. E get wetin I dey find. I dey find, so make I just use find, right? This out directory, right? So na be this here. So wetin this out directory go do na to tell this tsc when e dey compile this file, all this our ts file into js, when e dey compile am, right, where make im put am, which directory make im put am. If I leave am like this, e go just scatter, everything go just dey unarranged, like say we no dey organized, or like say we no get sense, right? So wetin we go do na to arrange am, right? Tell am say put am here because we get sense, yes na. So we go tell am make im put am here. So wetin we go just do, I go just come here put dist, right, and save that. So wetin that one go come do now na say when e dey compile, e go carry all the code put inside a folder called dist. E make sense like that. So now wey we don do this thing, that is it, we are good to go. So the next thing wey I go come run here na to run tsc. Just run tsc. This thing mean TypeScript compile. So im go now compile this our code, right? So im go check here, check all our code. The guy smart sha. Im go wan check whether we no write well, whether we no write our code well. But of course, trust us na, we do am well, right? So im go check everything to see if there's error. If error dey, and go throw the error back to us so that we go correct that code before we put am come here, right? And it makes sense like that. So more just dey patient small, right? If we dey patient small, e go generate that file for us. Oya na. Okay, we still dey wait for am. Why dey think, dey run everything. Anyway, why that dey happen, make I just dey do small explanation. So wetin dey do na say you go first of all come this our index, because this index na be our entering code. So you go come here, check here whether everything dey well here. Here lead to here app, right? You go check am again sef whether any error dey here. If error dey, you go throw the error, but if no error, e go pass. From here lead to our error file, right? So you go come here, check here whether everything dey well here, whether everything dey well here. If everything dey well here, e go pass. Then you go come to our router here, check whether our router dey okay. If our router dey okay, e go pass. You go come our controller, right? Then from controller to model. But the point na say we dey check through all our code to make sure say everything wey we write make sense, right? And if e make sense, e go pass. Okay, so why that one dey happen? We no fit do anything until here finish, right? So make we dey patient small. We still dey wait sha. Okay. Oya na, do quick na. Why you dey delay like this? Okay, so while we dey wait, right, the next thing wey I go wan do na to come to our render. Now if you no get account for render, I go advise you to go get account because this guy make sense, right? So make I come dashboard, make I start from dashboard. Here go make sense, right? If na the first time wey you dey create your own, you no go see anything here. This one na services wey I don create for over the years past. You can see say I don dey use this thing for like 2 years now. Makes sense. It's cheap, free, right? Makes sense. Okay, so wetin we go do now na to come here, click on this new. No enter static, enter web service. Click on that web service. Now e dey say okay, you wan read the repository. So how many use read the repository? So I wan make him read my GitHub repository. So I'll click that one, right? So here e go start to load my repository, right? Now this repository, mo come here, make we see. Okay, beautiful. You don create our dist, but e still dey process, right? E no suppose stay like this. For some reason e come take. But if I open am, you go see the JS file, you go see the error file, and so on and so forth. So you see say e arrange am like who get sense, right? And na because say we instruct am make e arrange am like this. Na because say we get sense, that's why e arrange am like who get sense. So make sense like this. And why we use this, why I no use another thing, why I choose to use this, na because for render documentation dem say make we use dist. That's the reason why I use this dist. Okay, so no go use your own. No, well, if you use your own, so make sure say na dist you use. Okay, so now we're done with this. The next thing we need to do now na to push this code to GitHub. So I'll first of all say git init. Okay, that's the first thing. The next thing I have to say git add, so that he add all the code we will get here. So once I do that one, the next thing for me to say git commit. So let me just say simple hosting test. So we do that, you don host am. Then if you remember, I feel say I copy this code. So make I come here, paste am, and hit enter. So wetin this thing go do, right? E go push this code, all these things wey we write here, to the cloud. Now I just remember something. We go see error here. So make we fix that error first. If you remember when we run this thing, right, we see this, but this stuff they run from our local MongoDB. We no suppose use the local MongoDB run online. If not, e no go see our database. So wetin we need to do na to correct am. So I go come inside this our dbconfig. So inside this dbconfig, make we use this one. So I go remove this one to make sure say, because this one na be our online one. I go show now wetin dey there. But before I do that, I don save here. Make I come here, make sure say we run this tsc again. So when we run this tsc again, e go rebuild our code and make that correction wey we need. But make I explain wetin dey run inside here. So if I enter inside this our .env, inside this our .env, we get two database MongoDB. One MongoDB dey run locally, so you can see na this one na be the local MongoDB. Then why this one na be the online MongoDB. Na this one I suppose use, right? No be this one, because this one dey run locally. The moment we deploy this thing, this one render no go fit see this one. Our deployed one no go fit see this one, so e no make sense. This one na I suppose use. Okay, good. Now, because this thing go take time small, another thing wey I fit just do to correct this thing na to come inside here, come into this place here. So find this side here, right? Because na here na dey run. So I fit just comot here, save here. So make sense like that, right? Okay, so make I close am. Okay, so I go come here, come repush my code. So I will just say git init. So no need for that one sef. So I'll just say git add. So once e add, git commit. So I'll just say update MongoDB, right? Then git push. So that should be fine. But okay, so once we do that one go, e go push. So make I just refresh here. So if I refresh here, I suppose see the updated changes wey we just hold on make. Okay, good. So I dey use this octree. Octree makes sense. E go make me fit directly see wetin dey happen. So make I go here, then make I come here. I wan see whether we don get that change. Okay, so this thing still dey local now this one dey push. Okay, makes sense. So make I refresh here. Make we see again. E don change. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. Okay, so now we fit start to dey work here now. So make I just refresh here. So remember, say we create this simple host, right? Remember, say we just create that simple host. So now that simple host now we will connect to. So why that one dey happen? So make we get here prepared. So make I just put here. Okay, so this is it, right? So I'll come here, click on connect. Now, awesome. We fit change the name, but I kind of like the name like this, so make I leave am like this, right? So that's naming my service. The next thing I say, which region I want make render host this service. Make I leave am for the default. The most important side wey we need pay attention to na here. So I fit leave am with this npm install. Make sense. Then the next thing wey I need to do na to remove here, then run npm start. So now here be the major changes wey I need to make. This side, right, if you get money, you fit pay, but for us, for this test wey we dey do, make I click here. At least try with free, right? E no bad if you try with free. Okay, so we need to put up certain things here. The first is this our MongoDB. Remember say e dey for env, so we need put am here so that this guy goes